American conservative commentator Candace Owens made the comments as she discussed the Duchess of Sussex's royal racism claims after she accused an unnamed member of the royal family of making a racist comment about her son Archie before he was born in her and Prince Harry's Oprah Winfrey interview. Well, one thing is for sure, if it is released in time for Christmas, can't see the British buying it. I would have to hand it back if someone was stupid enough to give it to me for Christmas. To be honest, there are 4 new books coming out for Christmas or 2023. One apparently is H's, the other one is another RF expert. Oh, and one is about Camilla, that is the one that will sell. Then we have Scooby-Doo's, which he hasn't written yet but coming out in 2023. Tom Bower's book has actually blown 3 books out of success, and it will not be the one about Camilla, so I leave you to work out which 3 those are. Hope H is not relying on his book to upkeep his mansion next year. Speaking to commentator Matt Walsh, Ms. Owens said, "This is a Hollywood star going into a country that loves its traditions and then accusing them of being fundamentally racist. It's the height of ignorance to me to have this D-list actress that nobody knew go over there. I think we're just tired of the race narrative here in America, and it's just obnoxious that we've sent this girl to start the same thing overseas. Mind-bogglingly arrogant of me and only me daring to presume her half-half plan would somehow make the monarchy a superpower brand when it already is and has been for centuries. Be honest, meme, you wanted all the perks with none of the responsibilities, and you have been quite happy to play a despicable R card to achieve that agenda. Meh." Markle's tried desperately to get back at the RF by inferring that this racist comment was made. She knew very well that even a hint of this would work. A very handy tool in her repertoire is the R card. It was an act of vengeance. Harry knew it was a lie and tried to backtrack. If there was any truth to this, she would have screamed that name out. Why hasn't there been a lawsuit for the bullying staff issue? Silence? Maybe she figured out they are onto her? There are so many witnesses who have experienced her atrocious behavior. Markles wouldn't stand a chance to lie her way through a court and win. No, a lawsuit against Bowers. Again, silence, only some new book to challenge facts? It is all catching up with the evil grifter. I'm not sure Hollywood ever was. 20 years of auditions, a job as a back row box girl, and the pinnacle of her career, the half-dressed love interest on cable TV in Canada. Wow, she hardly set the world alight with her talent. The Clooneys had no idea who she was at the wedding, and after an initial moment of support, they have been quick to be in another country every time they have received an invite from her. They must never be asked to be part-time royals. They turned their backs on the family and said they were going to stand alone, so let them get on with it. They can never be trusted. Candace is right. You move to another country, you show full respect for their tradition and culture. You don't accuse their RF and country herself of racism, of all things, without proof. Otherwise, shut up. Candace Owens is an intelligent woman, one to watch. She should be in the White House. Notice it's only less intelligent people of color who dismiss Markle's awful behavior and support her because they want to use the color narrative, Tyler Perry being one. Candace got one thing wrong. Meghan was no Hollywood star. She was a cable actress out of Toronto who was shortly to be out of work, hence her looking for a rich foolish Brit, and she found one. Wanting to make the RF into a global powerhouse was just totally ridiculous. She obviously did not do her homework. The royal family are world known and are not celebrities. We need another Tom Bower book to silence has-been and wifey for once and for all. He should be knighted for his truthful book, and wouldn't it be wonderful and deserved if the Queen, Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate were all present whilst he knelt? It would be the biggest finger sign to the Montecito misfits of what they think of them. Two lazy, lying, destructive, selfish people. I live in America, and with exception of Gayle King, we hear nothing about them. We have a list of celebrities here who genuinely and generously want to help out their fellow Americans. We don't like fake pretend wannabes whose idea of charity is giving out a Starbucks card for a free cup of coffee or a wilted box of vegetables. They are users and whiners who spend all their money with sunshine sacks to blow up their egos every day. We love and adore the Queen and royal family, and wish those two would just shut up and go away. They are deplorable and shameless. It is heartbreaking to see how they are trashing the Queen while she mourns the loss of her husband and as she comes to the end of her reign and life. Thank you, Candace. We in Britain appreciate your astute common sense. We have become one of the most tolerant countries, accepting different cultures and religious beliefs, in the world. The last thing we need is Markle taking us back to past miseries, and thank you for acknowledging our traditions and our love for the BRF. We are a proud people. It's only natural to speculate about how the child will look. Will it have the father's eyes or mother's hair? Will it look like mom or like dad? Etc. Prospective parents and their families make comments about these things all the time. It is therefore hardly unreasonable to talk about skin color in the case of mixed-race relationships. It's all part of the natural curiosity and anticipation of the big event. I am loving Candace Owens. Hats off to her. She has just said it. Meghan is a D-rate actress. Meghan is the racist, nobody else, and we are sick of hearing the racist card being played. Candace Owens, with 4.4 million followers on Instagram, possibly has the sort of influence and clout Markle thinks she should have been rewarded with, but failed to achieve. No doubt the sparks would fly if they ever meet, and to speak out as she has done in support of our RF, I would say thank you. Perhaps she has read Tom's book, perhaps generally she simply doesn't like what she sees in Markle, a divisive, spiteful, destructive narcissist. Fair point, though the old rooftop burger flipper was not a Hollywood actress. She mined around with a briefcase and was in the reboot of Beverly Hills 90210 performing a sex act in the front seat of a car. Labeling her as a Hollywood actress suggests a kinship, say, with Meryl Streep, which the burger flipper does not have any claim to. If we go back to that interview their interpretation of the truth, it was Harry who told Meme that someone, naming no names, how sly, asked about the baby to come, perfectly normal to ask, but the pair twisted it to make it a racial question? Well, who would not be interested in what the baby would look like? Americans are getting how we British feel about both, and the wronged ones are not those two but the Queen, William, Kate, Charles, and Prince Philip, as Harry knew very well he was ill when he went ahead with this one-sided attack. It occurred to me they used the racist card, color, and mental health as a way to get people on their side, as they know it's dear to many people's hearts. And expect the world would be on their side, as Harry is a very loved prince. They never thought things would turn out this way. I wonder if the clock could turn back, nothing would change, as Meghan had everything planned before she met Harry and got married to him. I would like to be the first to congratulate Meghan on her promotion to the D-list. Funnily enough, Harry has a hat somewhere with a D on it from his school days. Perhaps he can lend it to her so everyone is aware of her elevated status. She's got it right. One of the more intelligent comments I've heard from an American commentator in a while too. She's miles above the likes of Gayle King or Trisha Goddard.